United stand, Manchester United versus West Bromwich Albion. The preview slightly later than normal, but I have been out watching The Rogue One, or Rogue One. It's a Star Wars film. There will be no spoilers. Don't worry if you've not seen it. Suffice to say, excellent. 9 on 10. I've only watched it once. I will be watching it again, and it is up there with Empire Strikes Back as far as I'm concerned. Get out and watch it, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in the last couple of minutes, but I won't give you any spoilers because that would not be very nice. But it's Manchester United versus West Bromwich Albion at West Bromwich Albion. Rondon hat-trick against don't know who they played actually, but he got a hat-trick on Wednesday night with a head. Only the second Premier League player in Premier League history to score a hat-trick with his head. Answers on a postcard or in the live comments for who is the other player, because I know who it was. But we've got to win this game. We beat Palace. I don't care if we won late on or whether we won it 4 or 5-0. It's 3 points for Manchester United, and that is what matters at this stage of the season. Spurs, Palace, 6 points. Win tomorrow, 9 points. Sunderland and Moyes on Boxing Day. That's a gift. And then Borough on New Year's Eve. You'd expect to win both of those. That'd be 5 wins in a row. Massive game. Spurs was massive. Palace was massive. Now we move to West Brom away. Absolutely huge. If we can pull a win out of this, I really do think that top 4 is there to be got. Whereas a couple of weeks ago I was saying it was gone because of the amount of points that we've lost. But it's there to be done. It'd be very difficult. West Brom, as I said, Rondon is a threat. Big test for Jones and Rojo. However, they lost away to Chelsea. Very unlucky. Great goal by Costa, but won well in the week. They are a very hard team to break down. I expect it to be very, very tight. I could say something crude like tighter than a nun's crotch, but that would be remiss of me. It is not the time for jokes. It's the time for victory, and I think we can do it, but it will be tight. My team, my lineup would be De Gea in goal. Valencia's back from suspension, so he'd be my right back. Jones and Rojo because Bay is out, although Chris Smalling is back fit, but not enough to take Jones and Rojo out, unfortunately. Daley Blind would be my left back. Best position, best player there. Darmian's an accident waiting to happen as far as I'm concerned. Carrick, Herrera, Pogba midfield. For me, I'd argue with anybody, the best midfield 3 in the Premier League at the moment. On the right, Mata, because Mkhitaryan is still out. Up front, Zlatan, and then on the left-hand side, what I've been talking about a bit, Martial was dropped on Wednesday night against West Brom. It wasn't anything other than being dropped. So, yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. I would play Martial personally, but will Mourinho do it? Probably not. I don't think he will. I think he'll go for Rooney. And Rooney did okay against Palace, if I'm totally honest, but I would rather see Martial there. I'd rather see Martial part of the substitutions anyway. But I think he will go with Rooney. So my score prediction, I'm just thinking, I would go with 1-0 or 2-1 to Manchester United. I think both teams will score. I think it's going to be very difficult, but I think we just got to remain tight at the end, at the back, and focus on being patient. I mean, we've got to go right at the end against Palace. I think we can do the same thing again. Yeah, I'm getting lag. I don't know what that's all about, and my power's just about to go. Give me 1 minute. I should have done this on my phone because this laptop is causing major issues at the moment with lagging, even though I'm not Skyping, I'm not doing anything else, we're just doing the normal sort of show, and it's lagging. I can see it's lagging now. Bloody ridiculous. There is no way that this should be lagging at all. This is 9:30 on an evening, and we're lagging, which is ridiculous. Let's have a look in action. Hello. Yeah, it's still slightly lagged. Yeah, it is lagging. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it will sort itself out, but always off-putting. And no live comments. Oh, just an all-round subpar show. Get them on. I'm being laughed at from the studio. think it's because I'm under pressure. Anyway, it's not lagging anymore, which is good. And we've got the live comments up, which is even better. Mark lives with Fellaini, says Liquid Hill. I don't. And there's no lag. I've sorted it, so that's good. So yes, I'm very confident that we can win this game. I think we have to win this game. I'll be very disappointed tomorrow if we don't win it. We'll be live at 4:30 with the team news. I've given you my team, and I think that's pretty much the team Mourinho will go with, which is actually the same starting team as Palace. I really hope Tony Martial makes it onto the bench. I would personally be playing him on the left wing. I think we need a little bit of pace. I think everyone's like, I sort of got slated, didn't I? Because I said I would have took Zlatan off and he scored. But who's to say if he'd taken Zlatan off and put Rashford up front, we wouldn't have scored anyway. So I think we scraped the barrel slightly against Palace. And I think we need a little bit. I don't think we can get away with it 2 games in a row where we didn't create a hell of a lot. And we were quite lethargic and slow in the final third. I think we need a little bit more pace, and Rooney, Mata and Zlatan don't give us that. So I'd like to see Martial in the starting lineup. Having said that, I think it's going to be very tight, and I think Palace will happily take a draw, whereas we need to take a win. But I do think that West Brom will cause us problems, especially with Rondon. They're a very good set-piece team. We have been slightly better at set-pieces over the last 2 games, but I've said it's a glaring error that we have. We're not very good from set pieces, and West Brom are, so we need to keep an eye on that. But as far as I'm concerned, this is our toughest game out of the next 5. I think if we win this, anything is possible. We will beat Sunderland at home. We will beat Borough at home. West Ham at the neutral ground of wherever they play now, we'll beat them, and then Liverpool at home, we can beat them. So West Brom away is, we've been calling it a catalyst, momentum, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people saying 1-1, and yeah. I can see that, but we need to win it. We do need to win it. So be live at 4:30 tomorrow. Very, very quick preview tonight. Just wanted to discuss a few things, really. I don't want a winter break, but I think I mentioned that last night. Very, very, very optimistic going into it, but I think it's a sort of game where I've just got to say that it will be very difficult, and hopefully we can produce the goods, but we've got a bit of momentum, and these are the sort of games Mourinho quite likes, I think. Away from home, tight. West Brom aren't going to do anything other than sort of sit back and try and hit us on the break and on set pieces, and that might play into our hands. Again, I would say if you're a betting man or woman, that is it. I've covered both demographics there. Zlatan to score would be a good one. I really do think that. And I think both teams to score is probably decent. I do think 1-1 would be the score that is logical, but I've got to feel that Manchester United would win it. Paul McNeil saying he loved the video last night. I will do more of those vlogs. It's just getting out and about. And it'll be a cagey match, says Aidan O'Connell. Rooney should start, says Rooney Lover, or JFRK, as his name is. Was it Fellaini that got the hat-trick with his head, said Ricky Clarkson. He having a laugh? Is he having a laugh? It was Duncan Ferguson. And Mickey T, best signing of the summer. What do you think, Mark? Says Joe Sure. I think he will be at the end of the season. He's not played enough games yet. For me, our best signing of the summer is Bailly. Macaulay will score, says Matthew Ray's in my fantasy Premier League team. They've got a lot of threats from set pieces, and we need to be careful about that. My team again, says Zach Moo, would be De Gea in goal, Valencia right back, Jones and Rojo, Blind at left back, Carrick, Pogba, Herrera, Mata on the right. I'd play Martial. Mourinho will play Rooney on the left. I'd play Martial, and it'll be Zlatan up front. So there's only one change I think he'll make compared to mine. Neve says who's my favourite United player? Rashford. Keep up the good work, says Josh Moffat. Rooney should start. Fellaini is starting this, says Chris Robin. That is an outside concern that Fellaini will start. It does. I don't want Fellaini starting. Where do you put Fellaini in that team anyway? You can't drop Pogba, Herrera or Carrick for Fellaini. That's just, that's ridiculous. But Monty says best signing has to be Zlatan because he was free. He certainly defined those people. I vividly remember saying that he would get 20 goals this season, and a lot of you laughed, and you will be proved wrong, because whatever you think about Zlatan, he's a goal every game player, and he has been throughout his whole career, and that's not going to change. Darmian out, Blind in, says Thomas Williams. Carrick in the 3rd match in a row, says Sebastian Casavan. We need him to play. It's a must-win game, and I think a win tomorrow will keep the momentum going for the next 4 games, says Venki, which I totally agree with. Fosu Mensah, yeah, I would play Fosu Mensah, but you've got to be realistic. He's not even going to be on the bench tomorrow, so there we go. And Zach Moo says best signing is Paul Pogba. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm just going to quickly flick back to Star Wars because I know a lot of people like it. I'm not going to give any spoilers. However, what I would say about it, fantastic film, 2 hours long, absolutely goes along so fast, absolutely scene to scene to scene, brilliant film. Genuinely don't really have any negative things to say about it. There are no real spoilers to have because a lot of it's obvious anyway, but brilliant, some really, really good performances in it. And if you've got Sky Movies, A New Hope is on at 10:30, which I can't wait to watch because it will lead seamlessly in from Rogue One into Star Wars. But a very, very good film, and if you like it, I would go and watch it. I'll certainly be watching again. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but realistically there aren't any really to give away, other than to say it is well worth a watch if you are into it. So do go and watch it. Do like the video, says Yui Roberts, that'd be great. Thomas Williams says Lord of the Rings better than Star Wars. I tell you what, I think I should start another channel, shouldn't I, and talk film, because you're wrong, but Lord of the Rings is very good. And Fellaini is Manchester's maestro. You're not going to lure me in. It was Wars in the Stars, that's obvious, haha, says Ricky Clarkson. Paul Pogba with the most through balls in the Premier League this season, says Zach Moo. I can't stand stats. I can't do with this squawker rubbish about how many people do this, that and the other. I never grew up with stats about how many take-ons or how many sideways passes or how many through balls players have done. If you can't determine what's a good player from watching a football match, I certainly don't need squawker stats telling me how many passes they've done at a 45-degree angle or anything like that. It's absolute rubbish. I'm not going to start tweeting out Pogba's done the most through balls this season and expect to get a load of joy and love from United fans and Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea fans to be like, oh my God, I wish Ozil had done more through balls. I'm interested in his points and goals, and I've got no interest in them sorts of stats, to be honest. The only stats I'm interested in are assists, goals and Manchester United's points tally, but I know a lot of people like them stats. I couldn't give a damn. So agree with the stats thing, says Sander Sagers. Thank you, Sander. I think we'll finish above Manchester City and Liverpool. And I've got a stat for you anyway, if there are any Liverpool fans out there. It's 26 years since you won a title. You won't win one this year. We'll have more points than you. I'll live and die by that sword. And Sion says Liverpool to finish above United. I've just told you won't. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you join us tomorrow at 8:30 for the team news. 8:30, 4:30, and obviously the watch along tomorrow night. But very, very good. And Max Johnson says lots of picking and choosing pointless stats showing nothing of worth. I don't like stats in football. It reminds me of politics. You can spin anything you want to be anything you want it to be, and the reality is a football match is very simple. I don't like stats. It's 11 men against 11 men unless you're watching women's football, and the team that scores the most goals wins the game. That's all you need to concern yourself about. You don't need to worry about how many times Pogba's tied his shoelaces or anything like that. It means sod all, but it keeps people in a job by the looks of it. But there you go. Thanks everyone for watching. See you all tomorrow at 4:30. Kick-off is 5:30 UK time. The watch along will go all the way through. I'm going to go 2-1 to United. It will be very tight. I understand people saying 1-1, but if we win this, anything is possible. Thanks for watching. Speak to you all later.